Hi everyone. My name is Amanda Laird and I am a sector manager here at the City of Brampton in the Economic Development and Culture Division. And we have brought together some very influential young entrepreneurs in our city to discuss staying healthy and achieving happiness. Welcome everyone.
Hey.
Hi. I'd like to take a minute so you can all introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your business. Jacob, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Jacob Farjou. I am a registered kinesiologist. I own and operate Train Smart Wellness, which is Brampton's first and only kinesiology-based clinic. So what that means is I kind of teach people how to exercise with more of a medical approach, where we work on preventative health, so working with people with prediabetes, cardiovascular disease, mobility issues, just a more scientific approach to exercise programming.
Very good. And Mary?
Yeah, so my name is Mary Musisi. I am a certified personal trainer, and I'm the founder of a company called Mackk Fitness, which is a company/community where we bring different individuals together in workshops, fitness settings, as well as one-on-one personal training sessions.
And how about you, Hillary?
My name is Dr. Hillary Webster. I'm a board-certified naturopathic doctor. I work in Brampton at Wallace for Wellness, and I work with patients to help uncover the root of their healthcare concerns and counsel them to facilitate how to live their healthiest lives.
That's great. And Jacob, just to pick up on one of the pieces that you spoke to, and any of you can sort of chime in, you mentioned diabetes and the rise of diabetes.
Sure.
Can you see a specific correlation to Brampton in that regard, or is it a systematic problem across society?
It is, but it's specifically in Brampton due to the demographics, so it's a real issue here, and that's why we're taking a more preventative approach to it and trying to target individuals who currently have prediabetes and try to get them on the right track where, diabetes isn't a preventable disease as much, but if you're taking the right steps, you can either delay the onset of diabetes later on in life, or you could ultimately prevent it. But the key component is aligning yourself with the right healthcare team, having a nurse that's going to help explain the drugs that you're taking, have same thing with the pharmacist, and then a dietitian that's going to work alongside you to give you some better idea of the types of food that you should be eating. And then I think one of the most important parts, obviously, as well, is the exercise. So going to a health professional that specializes in exercise for your condition to help get you on the right track as well, right?
Excellent. Does anyone else have anything to add, Hillary, if you wanted to?
Well, we have, as Jacob said, being sensitive to the unique demographic concerns in Brampton, I think, is critical. I have South Asian patients who come to me and we're doing some dietary counseling, and one of them literally said, and I'm quoting her, "Roti is life." And I think a lot of South Asians can relate to that. And so we have to really meet people where they are in order to make some adjustments to their lives, and a lot of it starts with diet and lifestyle, and having, as he said, a healthcare team on your roster can really help you create the changes that you need in order to live healthier. So sometimes we're actually telling people, maybe we need to switch from a wheat-based flour to a chickpea-based flour, or maybe we're even, cutting back the amount of carbs that are being consumed, especially if you're not so active.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great. Mary, can you tell us some positive things that you've experienced over the course of building your business?
Absolutely. As I mentioned before, my company is very much about community. In terms of Brampton, I actually moved down here specifically just to start my business. So for me, it was going from working at a job that I was just not happy at to helping myself through starting this business, as well as helping others, being a part of a community. For people who are just starting out fitness, which a lot of my clients are, they find a sort of solace in knowing that there's other people in the community around them who are going through what they're going through and feeling a sense of belonging. So that's something that was something very great that I've experienced since starting my business.
I need to add, because I'm actually the opposite of Mary. I was born and raised in Brampton, and if you had asked me whether I was going to work in Brampton, a few years ago, I probably would have given you a very different answer. But, and this is, no one paid me for this, but this is a bit of a plug. The Starter Company program from the Brampton Economic Development Center has been instrumental in really launching me, into practice and into business business because I get trained as a healthcare provider. I don't get trained as a business person. And so the tools that they gave me, not even just setting me up to get the grant money, but the tools they gave me have been invaluable and really encouraging, knowing that you're not alone in starting that journey. And working with folks like Jacob and Mary has been nothing short of inspiring.
That's fabulous. That's great feedback. And as we know, we are very proud of Brampton, and it is a great destination for business, especially in the health and wellness field. So we're certainly happy to have you all here. Can you tell me, Hillary, if you had a mentor when you were starting your business? Does that relate back to the Entrepreneur Center?
Yes, I've gathered many mentors. I think that's something that I've been grateful for almost every day. I have mentors in medicine, mentors in my practice. I have mentors in business. Partnering with Wallace for Wellness was a huge boon for my business. Margaret Wallace Duffy is a very well-known professional in Brampton. She's a registered massage therapist, and her clinic has been in the community for 25 years. And that's what drew me again back to Brampton, was just being able to partner with somebody who is so experienced and well connected and passionate about bringing health to the community, and watch down the road for more initiatives that will be happening in our community to help people live healthier in a very integrative, collaborative way. So yeah, I have had many mentors along the way, and they've been fantastic. It's instrumental.
That's great. Yeah. Jacob, can you tell us a little bit about Train Smart Wellness, how you differentiate your services from others in the field that are similar to you?
Yeah, for sure. So what makes Train Smart different is we're a kinesiology-based clinic. So back in 2013, the Ontario government started recognizing kinesiology as a health professional, just like physio, chiro, massage, naturopath. We have a certifying college now, right? And that was instrumental in differentiating the type of training that I provide with people, right? So it's not so much just regular training no more, it's training with a purpose and with the sole outcome of, giving the best service possible to these individuals. And now that we are regulated, we're, just in line with other healthcare practitioners. And as Hillary was saying, the whole intercollaboration between different health professionals is going to be huge, where we can network with physicians, we can network with someone's physio as well, and just kind of get the whole picture of that individual and provide the best service possible for them, right?
That's great. And Mary, how do you retain your clients in this industry? As we know, health and wellness and fitness can be easy to start but not necessarily maintain. So how do you maintain your clientele?
Absolutely. So again, as I mentioned, we're definitely a family in my company with our clients, and we treat them as such. If somebody is not able to reach a goal that they're trying to reach, we definitely treat them as if it's our brother or our sister who's going through that. We're treating them with the same amount of care that we would treat a family member. And I think that really speaks volumes, because a lot of these, low-cost big gyms you're just a number there. It doesn't matter if you come or if you miss a few days. It's $10 a month or whatever dollars a month, So with us, it's, okay, you don't come, you're getting a phone call. It could be 11 o'clock at night. You're getting a call from Mary Mackk saying, where are you at? That's what's happening. And I think that that really shows them that they're a part of something, and that helps them coming back, and not just that, but provide excellent referrals to their family members and friends as well.
That's great.
That realness and authenticity that you just got a dose of there is so key to people just wanting to come back to you. I've heard that before, being authentic and being yourself, because you're working one-on-one with people all the time. You're forging relationships, you're meeting people's families, you're hearing about their struggles. Personally, professionally, health, whatever, you're in it. So if you are not bringing yourself 100% every day to the table, no one will want to work with you. Absolutely. So I know both Jacob and Mary are themselves every day, and they've been incredible to work with. So I think that's been key, especially when I can't sell packages. My professional college, my regulatory board, prevents me from actually having package deals for people, package scenarios where we can have people in multiple times. So I really got to bring my A game and be extra communicative about the process of healing. Some people think that they can come in, take a pill, get better, never see me again, and that's great, but it's never that simple. You know, it's a commitment to your health lifelong. Not everyone's ready for it all the time. So sometimes you have to take it not personally, and then sometimes you just have to be extra transparent about the process.
And hold people accountable.
Yeah.
That's what these guys do.
Absolutely.
What advice I'll start with Jacob, what advice would you give an aspiring entrepreneur that wants to open a business in the health and wellness industry?
You really need to understand what you're getting into, right? So understanding your service and how it lies. Is there a need for your service in the community? You know, maybe this isn't the right area to open up. Maybe you should go to this specific area because the market is there for it, right? So just understanding that you really need to differentiate yourself. You know, set the standard, really brand yourself as the leader of whatever it is that you're doing, and, you know, live it, breathe it, you know what I mean? And that's key, because once people see that you're in it and this is your passion, then they'll be right in tune to buy on to your services and create a following for you as well, right?
That's great. And do you have anything to add, Mary?
Oh, absolutely. One thing I would say is this quote that I really live by is there's people who lose, there's people who win, and there are people who are learning how to win. And basically just don't ever give up. Don't see your failures as failures. See them as lessons, experiences. If you're passionate about something and you really truly believe in it, don't stop going no matter what, you will get there.
I love that quote. Hillary?
Good one. Okay. Be firm with your boundaries. Saying no is a very difficult thing. And sometimes saying no is integral to the process of growth or even self-preservation, because you're constantly in your business. So, I mean, if I really wanted to, I could work an 80-hour week, and I probably do. I just don't know it, and I don't track. But it's absolutely instrumental to set your boundaries right away, because otherwise all of a sudden you're your business all the time. It's taken me a long time to learn to take that naturopath hat off, and sometimes I'm still relearning that lesson. So I would say, you know, set your hours. Actually take a day off. I make sure Sundays I do nothing related to my business so that I can actually walk the talk, because I'm telling people all the time, people are in my office because they're burned out. And so I'm telling them all the time, you need to have time for you. What are you doing for you? So I have to ask myself, Hillary, what are you doing for you? And so I try to do that.
Yeah, that's great. As you all are aware, Brampton is the new home of the Peel Memorial Center for Integrated Health and Wellness. And there has been a report done on how we can build up a health and life science cluster, not just around the hospital, but Brampton specifically. So how do each of you see yourselves fitting into that role of a cluster and building up this sector in Brampton? Hillary, did you want to start?
I was trained in a hospital. I had the unique privilege to actually be part of the Brampton Naturopathic Teaching Clinic that is in Brampton Civic Hospital. And so I saw a few inpatients, which was an incredible opportunity. Some that I, would never be able to learn otherwise. And that was an amazing exercise in primary care. So, being the front lines for people. And that was wonderful. We need to work really hard to change people's minds. There's a lot of myths and presumptions that are potentially incorrect about how integrative care should really work and how it's not evidence-based or things like that. I'm a huge science geek, but I also need to, communicate to people that understanding the role of the mind in how people feel is also very important. So I think trying our best to forge connections is going to make this cluster work and make that mission successful, because otherwise, if you're not willing to make connections, how are you going to help build the community? So I've reached out, and I've had some medical doctors reach out to me about how we can work in conjunction with each other, because we're better together. And we need to always be fighting, because there are always going to be resistors. Mm-hmm. So we need to be pioneers.
That's great. And Mary, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, for sure. One of the things project that I'm working on in the future is really helping to get other fitness professionals the opportunity to showcase their talents, not just work for conventional centers that don't necessarily let them be who they really want to be and do their very best, helping them to be able to do that. And also other people in the community. It's not just fitness professionals. There's other people who may have something that could add to those clusters that can't directly go through the hospital, maybe through other companies, affiliations. They're going to be able to contribute as well. So it really is a community effort.
That's great. And final thoughts, Jacob?
Yeah, for sure. It's all, the whole thing with integrity and being an integral part of someone's health, it comes down to building community relationships, right? So, with the new hospital, Peel Memorial for Integrated Health and Wellness, you want to try to establish those relationships with these communities, right? And that's how Trace Smart Wellness came to be, is we try to serve as a viable source for individuals living with cardiovascular disease, right? So, when they're in the hospital and they're going through their rehab process, once they're finished their program, where are they going to go to get the same level of treatment that they would in the hospital? And one of the reasons why I opened up Trace Smart Wellness is to kind of fill that gap where they don't have to go to a big commercial gym. They can come to somewhere where we're knowledgeable about their conditions, the medication that they're taking, so we can fit that model a little bit better. So just working on those relationships and making sure that physicians are on the same page, where now there is a leader in exercise programming for these individuals in Brampton. So just making those connections and trying to just advertise and brand that the kinesiology is an integral part of Brampton as well, and we need to strengthen those relationships.
And he's literally right across the street from the hospital. So
Yes.
Yeah, right. I walk over there all the
Good
time.
job,
Right?
you.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
do have a
smart.
great location.
Yeah, not too bad, right? Yeah.
Well, final thoughts for you all. I wanted to give you each an opportunity to sort of let people know how they can reach you if they're interested in learning more. So, Jacob, if you want to.
So we're on www.trainsmartwellness.ca is the website. We're on Instagram too, so at TrainSmartWellness. And then you can always stop by if you're ever in
right across the
downtown.
street.
We're right across the street from Peel Memorial Hospital. Doors are always open, so anyone that wants to come by, I do free consultations for individuals, so they come by. Sometimes I sit for 20, 30, 45 minutes, and we just talk about health and try to really understand where they're coming from and how we can work on something to get them on the right track.
That's great. And Mary, how can people reach out to you?
Oh, perfect. So I'm on social media as well under Mackk Fitness, all one word, as well as my website is www.mackfitness.com. Also, we also do fitness consultations as well that really helps people to get in who are beginners to exercising. Maybe they're scared about taking the first step. We're definitely people who are going to be there to support you.
Fabulous.
Great. And I am on Instagram at Dr. Webby ND because I'm a little bit irreverent. And then I'm also online, www.websternaturopathic.com. It's not naturopathic because people think, oh, naturopath, natural. No. It's with an O. So websternaturopathic.com, where you can actually hear a little bit about my own health story. And I find people can connect with that a little bit because I've unfortunately seen some of the limits of conventional medicine, and I like people to know, that I've been in that frustrated zone or that place where you're looking for answers. So you can read a little bit more about it there. Just a bit of a teaser.
That's great. Well, thank you all again for joining us today. There are a lot of exciting things happening here in Brampton when it comes to staying healthy and achieving happiness, thanks to our wonderful entrepreneurs that we have in our community and successfully run businesses that offer these services to our community. So if you'd like more information on the Economic Development Office, you can visit www.brampton.ca/business.